Oh, no. No, they're not popping off again. Members of the Revolutionary Communist Group and the other far-left extremists are gathered outside Columbia University. Okay, here we go. Let me just move in. Nobody's really breaking a law here, right? It's just a protest. It's not really, I don't think it's really a big deal. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with them, but like there's no destruction of property. They're, you know, complying with the police. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have a problem with people that want to protest this and get mad about it, but you know, just don't destroy property and break out windows. Like I think that a lot of people don't really realize how bad it was last year. Like these people, like these were people that were. This is a ISIS arrest. These are people. This is a protester. That this is a vandalizer terrorist, right? I mean, what's going on with this? Look at this. Yeah. Worse than the BLM looting? I don't know. I think they're both bad. Like I don't really have an opinion about like which one's worse. Like, I don't think there's really a point of discussing which one's worse. I think they're both bad. So, yeah. Why is it always university kids that are stupid with these protests? They support terrorism and then the next generation are doomed? No, because they usually get older and realize that they were stupid and then start voting in a more reasonable way. I think that it's mainly young people that are very privileged that want to have a cause to fight for because they think about people that grew up, you know, in like previous ages, like, you know, you have like the civil rights era and these people were protesting for that. And then you had, you know, obviously like, you know, what was it? Like any sort of like slavery stuff or any sort of racism. And I think there's one other thing that happened with that as well. So I think that's really what happens the majority of the time, right? Ultra left-wing teachers, they LARP as activists. Yeah, they're LARPing as activists. Most of these people didn't really care. And they think they're going to get away with it. But either way, yeah, so they're basically revoking a bunch of people. Columbia has reportedly just expelled the president of the grad student union for his arrests and the encampment and building takeover last spring. Columbia University has announced expulsions, multi-year suspensions, and degree revocations over the violent takeover of Hamilton Hall last spring. This is what happens when the federal government finally holds the universities accountable. Now, I think this is a huge W. I have no problem with peaceful protests, but you don't peacefully protest with a hammer. You don't. That's not how it works. And so if you bring a hammer to the peaceful protest, you have just disqualified yourself from peaceful protesting. Were the police, by the way? Well, they were trying to get into the building, right? And so, yeah, it's that simple. And what did Trump do? Pardon his terrorist? Two-faced? Yeah, I guess so, right? People always like bringing up January 6th as if this wasn't bad. So anyway, it looks like university statement. So this is what Columbia said themselves. Today, Columbia University Judicial Board, this is probably the other reason why they're protesting. The Columbia University Judicial Board determined that findings and issued sanctions to students ranging from multi-year suspensions, temporary degree revocations, and expulsions related to the occupation of Hamilton Hall last spring. With respect to other events taking place last spring, the UJB's determinations recognized previously imposed disciplinary action. The return of suspended students will be overseen by Columbia University Life Office. Columbia is committed to enforcing university rules and policies and maintaining our disciplinary procedures, probably, right? This should come as a surprise to literally no one. Really, this should be a surprise to no one. This place was violently taken over by activists that were, again, these people, they're protesting with hammers and breaking out windows. I'm sorry, but like, I have no problem with them getting around. This is, I think this is from like last year or something, right? There's something else. But I have no problem with any of these people like sitting around and protesting and doing it lawfully, right? Sitting outside, talking about it, gathering there. But this right here, this is just destruction of property. Yeah, these are hammers of peace. I don't think so, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're hammers of peace, guys. Man. I don't think so at all. Yeah, broken windows of empathy. I guess so. Self-deportation. So yeah, they destroyed tons of property. They were inside of the buildings. They weren't complying with police officers. And ultimately, you know, Columbia University is not their own personal playground. It's not their place to tell people that we're going to break into this building and not allow you to come into it, just as a very, very baseline, simple perspective. And you think about probably collectively the millions of dollars this costs the university to repair all of this stuff, to clean up all the damage, to to process police reports and talk to the police, the energy that takes and time that takes. You have all of that, and then you also have painting over the graffiti. There's millions and millions and millions of dollars. And then also you have some people that don't want to go to Columbia now. The university is now dangerous, right? You have dangerous people that have taken it over. I think that's a big thing. Also losing donations from big Jewish donators. Well, yeah, I mean, and I think it's really not that surprising. I mean, if you're a Jewish person, and the problem is that a lot of these people, and they've done literally no favors to themselves with this topic at all. These people have done no diligence, and they have taken no effort whatsoever to distinguish themselves from anti-Semitic terrorists. So big surprise that, Jewish people might not necessarily want to support a group or a university that is actively allowing people to advocate for what they believe to be their eradication. Big surprise. If I was them, I wouldn't give them any fucking money either. I put myself in their shoes. Yeah. WTake, yeah. Why the fuck would you give these people a bunch of money if they're letting these clowns take over the university, and some of these clowns are supporting an organization that wants to destroy you and wants to kill you and says all Jews are bad, a curse upon the Jews. If I see that and I'm a fucking Jew, I'm going to be offended. I'm going to be like, you know what? I don't want a curse on me. I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting here. What the fuck? Based, yeah, it's common sense. How do we get here? It's nuts. It is. It's so fucking obvious. So yes, I'm really, really glad to see this happening. This is a massive W. Yeah.
I blame Columbia for tolerating this.
Yeah.
The administration and the faculty at Columbia, they're a bunch of virtuecrats and moral snobs. They believe in diversity, equity, inclusion, and the right to harass the Jewish people. And the American people have given Columbia hundreds of millions of dollars. We've just waited.
They did the same thing with Jewish people that people did with Asians in COVID. You remember all those videos of these dumb racist people harassing Asians? It's just because you're a Jew doesn't mean you're a Zionist. I mean, it doesn't mean you're an Israel fucking operative. It's crazy. And it's Chinese people too. They're oh, it's from China. I remember there were people that were conspiracy theorying about when that Chinese girl Kaisi came, and she was in Austin. I was hanging out with her, and they thought that she was a CCP agent or something like that. They were well, yeah, so is it true that the CCP is sending in pretty young Chinese girls in order to compromise our American streamers and American influencers? And they had all these examples of it, of guys dating Asian girls, basically. Half of the Asian girls, by the way, weren't even Chinese, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. And I was thinking to myself, please let this be true. Please, please, please. I love China. Yes, okay, guys. Yeah, it's what they want you to think. That's what I want to believe. It's not what I want to think. Yeah. Yeah, I hope so, right? Please compromise me. And so anyway, this happened, and it's just another, in my opinion, it's another flavor of that. It's another flavor of, xenophobic generalizing on people that aren't even, a lot of these people, these are people oh yeah, I'm Chinese. Yeah, I went there 2 times for a week to visit my family. Okay, yeah, but the rest of the time you're in America? Yeah, you're mainly American. Let's be honest. And so anyway, but yeah, it's totally fucking different. Yep, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Wasted it. We've been better off taking that money and spending it on scratch tickets and blackjack.
Yeah.
And this insanity has got to stop. And I'm proud of the president, and I'm proud of Secretary Rubio for saying we've had enough.
Yeah, bro, these people are wilding out, man. They really are, and they're violent. That's the problem, is that they're violent. And that's really what the issue is. And over half of Columbia University's enrollment is now foreign students.
Over half of Columbia's enrollment is foreign students, and they're the ones, of course, who pay full tuition. Yeah, and so of the general studies student population, and that raises two questions. One, why is the American taxpayer? The Free Press reported that $400 million in federal grants have been yanked. Why are American taxpayers paying to educate people who aren't Americans? And two, it raises this question about immigration and which way the cultural exchange is going.
So the other day, 2 days ago, I do believe, right? This is Wednesday. So I think on Monday, Harvard froze hiring.
Damn.
What do you make of that? How do you read that?
It's interesting because a lot of these federal grants go to the hard sciences. So the professors who are supporting the protesters, supporting, BDS resolutions, saying, screw it to the administration, they're not the ones who are going to get pinched by the fact that Trump is pulling grant funding. So you're going to see a civil war within the universities of the serious researchers saying, hey, we just want to do our research. We don't want to get, in this, fight with the administration over this, versus the ones who say, no, this is the hill we're going to die on.
Okay.
Well, they're going to die on it then. I'll tell you that. I mean, this kind of crazy fucking political shit, especially like supporting terrorist shit. Yeah, that's fine. And, oh my fucking God, taxpayer grants the universities with $1 billion endowments. Yeah, exactly. Well, why are we paying? And that's a good question, right? Why are we paying a bunch of money to educate people that aren't even from our country when people here can't even afford it, right? I think that's definitely true. Demanding Palestinian Columbia University Mahmoud Kamil into U.S. funds to Israel. Why are they? What I don't understand is that why are they protesting at the college? Shouldn't they protest at like a government building? Because the government are the ones that took this guy. Columbia University doesn't have anything to do with this. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe that's just me, right? But shouldn't they go to, like, apparently the guy's being held in Louisiana or something like that? Yeah, I don't know. That would be inconvenient. I see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And, man. Let's see if there's any more of this. Cops are all over the place. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there is more of this, actually. NYPD officers. Oh, shit. Let me see if I can find this here. I already looked at this, too. And this is an hour ago as well. Yeah, I think this is a lot of this is the same shit I saw before. Peaceful so far? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so far I totally support this. I mean, I disagree with it, but I support it. Does that make sense? Yeah, this is fine. Nothing wrong here. Yeah, it'll turn violent. Well, when it does, then I'll stop supporting it. But I don't think it's fair to, while a student walkout was expected inside Columbia University, according to protest flyers, the campus appears to be quiet. So nobody walked out of the class. Yeah, big surprise. I mean, the thing is that the people that do this are, in a lot of cases, like, some of these people have been, like, extremely violent and, like, aggressive and, like, hostile. And most people just want to go to school and deal with this and just not have to think about it, right? Like, they gotta go to class, right? I mean, what the hell is this? So you have people that are being violent and doing this stuff. That's it. Don't support, tolerate. Well, I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but I think that that's my point. So yeah, it looks like the student walkout. Well, they're walking out. Well, there is a walkout. They're walking out from one class probably to another class. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense, right? Sure is a lot of walking. Yeah, I guess that's what's happening. There's a lot of reports that find out a bunch of the student protesters weren't even students. Well, I could have told you that. Easily, I could have told you that. Because the reason, and here's the reason why. It's because the student protesters, like, for example, I remember there were interviews with some of these protesters, and they asked, like, what do you think about these topics? And these people didn't know anything about them at all. So that's really what it is. Yeah, they had no idea what the hell they were talking about to begin with, and they're just sitting up there starting trouble, being mad because that's what they like to do. That's really the reason. That's mainly it. Yeah, it's actually that simple. Shocker. Yeah, I know, man. Y'all didn't even go to college? Shut the fuck up. I mean, I don't think you need to go to college to have an opinion on this, right? I mean, do you? And so this is the police here. So they're ready. They raid prep for this. Which, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because they had to deal with this shit last year. Yeah. Yeah, big surprise. Yeah, they already dealt with this last year. They're not letting this thing happen again. Absolutely. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, they're getting ahead of it. Yeah, it's smart. No, let me see if I can find another one. I've got no problem with people protesting and like doing it legally, but you have like people that are violent or anything like that. You know, if this, because the thing is, like, there's a chance that at like 9 p.m. tonight or like 11 p.m. tonight, you could have these people turn up and start trouble. But right now, it seems like that's not happening. But yeah, Colombia's kicking a lot of the people out that started the trouble, and I think that's a great thing. It really is, and I'm very glad finally we're starting to see, because like I saw a tweet that I agreed with, and this is the thing. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, conservative reporters are getting murdered in the streets. Journalists are getting swatted. Figures are getting death threats, assassination threats. DOJ needs to do something about the extreme uptick in domestic leftist terrorism. I think this is true. And there's been a lot of like just straight up fucking terrorism, and you got to stop these people and hold them accountable. Libs of TikTok. Well, I understand it's a biased source, but I agree with what they're saying here. I do, and I think that especially like the burning down Teslas and shit like that. That's crazy. Like, who does that? Really? Who the fuck does that? That's crazy.